General liability is the foundation of every contractor's insurance program. For Artisan and general contractors, it's the document that gets you on the job, keeps you on the job, and most importantly, determines if you get paid. I'm Pascal Burke. I started as an architectural apprentice and draftsman, then worked for the Tanner Company on large concrete projects. I ran my own concrete company for 15 years, building parking structures across LA and Orange County. Later served on the board of a national contractors carrier. And in 2006, I founded Pascal Burke Insurance Brokerage to bring job site experience and carrier side insight to contractors like you. When you look at your general liability policy, you're not just looking at a price tag. You're looking at a legal contract. Your customer, especially a commercial GC or owner, will dictate the requirements. This deep dive covers exactly what to check so you don't get rejected during bid review or left holding a claim. First, limits of liability. Many contracts start at 1M per occurrence, but commercial projects increasingly require 2M, 5M or higher. Don't just check the declarations page for a per project aggregate. That provision can refresh limits for each separate job so one big claim doesn't erode your ability to perform other contracts. Second, endorsements, where deals are won or lost. Additional insured status is not a checkbox. It gives your customer direct access to your carrier and usually triggers carrier-provided defense. Make sure your policy provides ongoing operations during work and completed operations protection for post-completion defects. If your trade touches structure, foundation, or finishes, completed operations is non-negotiable. Third, primary and non-contributory wording. When a GC demands this, they expect your policy to respond first and their policy to be secondary. If that wording isn't properly written and accepted by your carrier, you can be in breach of contract before you start. Fourth, waiver of subrogation. This prevents your carrier from recovering from the customer's policy when the customer is partly or wholly responsible. It's a common commercial requirement. If you don't have it, many GCs will not accept your KOI. Important local point, endorsement requirements are far greater for contractors performing commercial work than for residential jobs. Residential contractors often get by with a certificate of insurance alone. Commercial clients, by contrast, typically require the full battery of endorsements, ongoing operations, completed operations, waiver of subrogation, primary non-contributory wording, project aggregate, and a 305-day notice of cancellation. Commercial risk reviewers will also check that your policy does not exclude prior work and that it does not diminish your contractual liability or rights of action over other parties. In short, what's acceptable for a homeowner is usually inadequate for a commercial GC. Also pay attention to your contracts with subcontractors. Your subcontractor agreement should include a clear hold, harmless indemnity clause and specify the insurance and endorsement requirements you expect from subs. Most endorsement requirements are only effective when they're written into the contract. Verbal promises or a COI alone aren't enough. In the next video, I'll show you the exact subcontractor agreement language and endorsement clauses you should use to make those requirements enforceable. Remember, what appears on the face of the policy matters, but the endorsements determine how a claim is presented to the carrier. Whether carrier-borne defense is provided, your policy is primary, and whether you can recover from another party's policy proportionate to their responsibility. Quick real example from my carrier experience after a structural failure. Underwriters dissected every contract, COI, and endorsement. Contractors who had the exact endorsement form numbers the GC required were protected. Those with generic, standard language found themselves defending both the claim and a breach of contract dispute with the owner. 3 actions to take today. The insurance specs from your largest commercial contract. Compare those specs line by line with your GL declarations and endorsement forms. If form numbers or wording don't match, call your broker before you submit a FOI, and make sure your subcontractor agreements include hold harmless language and the required endorsement wording. I built the insurance needs calculator to make this quick. It asks 15 trade-specific questions and creates a tailored insurance needs report in about 5 minutes. Report shows the exact GL endorsements your trade and project types require so you can stay eligible to bid and avoid surprises. If you value the business you've built, master your general liability first. Run the calculator, get the report, and use it to fix gaps before you sign contracts. Subscribe for more job site tested guidance. In the next video, I'll break down the certificate trap and the subcontractor agreement language you should use to enforce endorsement requirements. Run the calculator now, and I'll see you in the next video.